Hi everyone, my name is Han. Welcome to Meet Meow Wolf. Yes, I'm back, your favorite host. And today I am joined by Drew Ayotte. And Drew, I would love for you to talk a little bit about what you do at Meow Wolf.
What do I do at Meow Wolf?
You just got here. This is his first day.
This is my first day. I'm just starting today. No, actually, I started back in 2017, and my first role, I worked at the front desk. I was a part-time seasonal employee, and I knew all about Meow Wolf, having lived here for, I moved here right before the house opened, so I knew all about Meow Wolf. So I got my foot in the door that way, and then stepped up into this position that I'm in now. And common question I get all the time, what do you do in outreach? I'm like, a lot. I work a lot with community partnerships and nonprofits, and help bring in workshops and programming into the House of Eternal Return and the Learning Center. I work with the sponsorships and donations. I helped with the DIY fund this past year. And then staffing outreach events, outward-facing community events.
I think a lot of people, when they think of Meow Wolf, they think of immersive design, art world, but we have this whole underground, do good social mission that probably not a lot of folks know exactly what that means or who we reach. Can you talk a little bit about what's the DIY fund?
Yeah.
And maybe some of the primary tenets of our outreach. We have an entire learning center facility and then a whole team of folks who do outreach.
Yeah. So I'll start with the DIY fund. So DIY started in 2017 after the wake of the ghost ship fire in Oakland, California. And so Meow Wolf started out as a collective, a DIY collective. And so we knew the importance of those spaces having...
Which we all know means... 1, 2, 3, do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Did you know what it meant?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
But that's a good question. That's DIY. My dad had no idea what that meant.
Yeah, people hear DIY and they're do it yourself. That doesn't really sound community oriented. It's more of a culture of being able to empower yourself. Yeah. But it's actually DIT, do it together.
Do it together.
Philosophy.
I love. Yeah.
Anyway, interrupting you for the folks at home.
Totally necessary. Thank you. Thank you for covering that. So people are what are these acronyms?
Yeah.
DIY. Meow Wolf just knows the importance of those small collectives, those small, artist groups and people that are just starting out, and the importance of having, a little extra cash to fix a window or I don't know, put a mural up or buy supplies, whatever. Yeah. We don't restrict where the funds go.
Right.
We just say use your best interest. It's there for you, however you need it. So I helped a lot with the DIY fund for this past year.
Right. And
that was a lot of
Are we doing it every year?
We're doing it every year.
That's great. So basically anyone can apply, right?
Yeah.
Anyone who has something they would consider a do-it-yourself organization can apply for this fund and get up to how much in grant money?
Most of the grant money is $1,000. Then we do some $2,500 and then a few $5,000. And the other thing to keep in mind is you don't have to be a registered nonprofit or registered group.
Cool.
So that's another really cool thing. So some of the people see that as a barrier. They're like, oh, well, I'm not official.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
But there is an application.
Girl, it's okay.
It's
we
fine.
know. We know you're DIY. That's why we call it that.
Applications for next year are going to be opening sometime in September.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And so what else is in the whole community outreach sector, if you will?
So we get asked a lot for donations, not just monetary, but we get asked a lot to partner with people. So some of the groups that we worked with that stand out in my mind from last year are Girls Inc. We worked with them. We did a really great event with them where I actually rappelled off the side of a hotel roof in Santa Fe. I did.
For the sake of girls everywhere.
For the sake of girls. And I almost shit my pants.
Honestly, I felt it. I think there was a tinge in my heart, and I was like, oh, God, rejuvenated.
It was terrifying, but I did it, and I had lead leg for the rest of the day. I'm
my God.
Girls Inc., Gerard's House. We work with Tierra Nueva Counseling Center.
Yeah.
We worked with a ton of nonprofits in northern New Mexico because we really, really want to uplift and support underrepresented communities. And we saw, northern New Mexico has a little less access to certain services and opportunities. So we really have been focusing on that kind of region. But yeah, like the other cool things is like the Learning Center workshops and programming. I've kind of helped steer those. Check out, are you guys listening? Check out our website, our events page.
Our events page, specifically this week.
And yeah, this month. Holy crap.
There's so much going on in there.
And so many different types of workshops and programming. So like, there's something for everyone.
Yeah, and especially this week because it's Pride. Hey.
I should have worn my pin.
I know. We both forgot them.
Oh, just good.
Just imagine us with little pins that say homo.
Yes. Queer as fuck. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, Pride.
What all is like happening this week in the like community side?
Oh wow. Well, I've been working really hard to put all this programming together. We have Taz, who's a lovely artist of ours here at Meow Wolf. She's doing her monthly mixer on Thursday night, and it's going to be queer focused. It's in the Learning Center. And then Zoe, who's coming down from Denver, she's going to be doing a story time on Friday afternoon. And then we have Monster Battle, and that's not like related to Pride, but Monster Battle's happening on Friday night.
Right.
And then Queer Space is happening that night, which is just like a get-together group of like just queer-focused people that can just do art and cool stuff. And then Saturday, Saturday's a long day. We got drag performers in the Learning Center. We have the Pride March on the plaza. Then we have a booth, and we're marching with EQ&M this year.
What does that stand for?
Equality New Mexico.
Cool.
They do a lot of political advocacy work around LGBT plus issues.
That's awesome.
Really great org. So
cool. And all of the stuff that you just mentioned is free too, right?
All of it's free. Taz's art show is a $5 donation, but sometimes it's a sliding scale, so it's like, if you don't have any money, it's okay.
Great.
We want to make it accessible for everyone.
Yeah. So many gay events. And then we're also the official Pride Party. So come to the party at 9 too.
Oh, that's going to be cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Guava chiffon and the cosmetics.
Amazing.
Really cool DJs. I'm pumped. It's going to be a long day, but yeah.
Anyway, the gay agenda aside, let's get back to the interview about you. So you came to Meow Wolf from Austin, Texas?
Yeah.
You were telling me?
Yep.
What were you up to there?
So I lived in Austin for about 7 years, and I was working for Planned Parenthood, actually.
Oh, cool.
I worked for Planned Parenthood of Greater Texas for 4 years, and then I worked for Planned Parenthood out here, Planned Parenthood of the Rocky Mountains, for about 1.5 years, so about 5 years total.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what have you done creatively? What's your creative life like?
Ooh, well, come check out my house. It's pretty weird.
You're like, interior decorating.
That's
legit.
Yes.
That is very,
I love finding free stuff beside the road and being like, yes.
That's it.
So yeah, my house is a hodgepodge of stuff. My creative life. I do a lot of sculpture actually on the side. I love gardening. I find beauty in taking something that's forgotten about or old and refurbishing it and kind of giving it new life. That's my kind of my forte. I'm a terrible drawer. I can't really draw that well.
That's totally
Stick
fine.
figures, I got you covered.
Any meme that you could ever want to create, Drew will have your back.
Yeah. But I used to do gymnastics, and I did dance, and I was a cheerleader. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, the art of movement is also a big deal with me.
Absolutely. I mean, performance is such a huge part of Meow Wolf and what we do.
Yeah.
Did you say you taught gymnastics?
I did. Yeah, I taught gymnastics for about 12 years.
To kids or adults, both?
All ages. Actually,
Really?
there was actually a class that we used to do for people with developmental disabilities. They could come in,
cool.
and it was just working on coordination, just getting them on the trampoline. It was just, it was so great because you could see how excited anybody, kids, people, of all walks of life, coming into that space and being like, this is all mine. Yeah. You can use all
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really fun.
What were some of your favorite moves as an instructor?
Moves?
Gymnast moves.
I specialize in floor and vault.
Floor and vault?
Floor and vault.
Floor meaning just
floor.
anything that you can do on a floor.
Exactly.
He was a specialist.
I got the floor down.
So I have to ask you if there's any moves that you can show us.
Ooh.
Like good ones, maybe.
I'm really good at handstands.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
Want to do? Okay.
Yeah.
We got this.
Let's go.
We got this.
Do I need to get out of the way? Like,
no, you can stay right there. I want to make sure that I'm like...
I'm going to do like really... All right. Oh, okay. Wow. It's so perfect with this statue behind you. Wow. You can't hear everyone at home, but I would give that a solid 8.
Handstand, solid 8. All right. I get to move on to the next level.
8 out of 8, Drew. You didn't ask.
Yeah, I do handstands all the time.
It takes a lot of upper body strength. I cannot do a push-up. How did you work up to that?
Just starting when I was a kid, it just never left me.
It never left you for a moment.
Never left. Oops,
oh my gosh, we should do like a little handstand break. Drew and I like work, our desks are right next to each other in the office.
Yeah.
Oh, we should totally do that, except for I can't actually do it, so I don't know what I would do.
Well, I can teach you. Remember, I was a teacher.
Can you teach strength?
I absolutely. It's mostly about technique, actually.
Oh, really?
Technique is like key. So I think that's like transpired into my professional life of like details and fine tuning things, but technique is absolutely key. And then strength is part of it too, but I can totally teach you. I can teach you a handstand, no problem.
Coming up next, Drew and Han's Gymnastic Adventures.
Yes! Adventures of Babysitting, gymnastics version.
Yay! And then I was, into gymnast, gardening, like what are you really interested in creatively? You know, do you like pore over gardening books? Do you watch gymnast videos? Like what are your obsessions, you know?
Well, if you open my YouTube, all you're going to find is like gymnasts. Like I just watch. It's sad. I watch like old competitions from like the 80s and the 90s. I like memorize it. It's crazy. Yeah. So
do you try them out? Do you like do them yourself?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Can you do all the stuff on the vaults?
Not all that stuff. That's pretty advanced. Like
that looks scary.
I've gotten older. So it's.
I've gotten older over time. It happens to the best of us.
What are my other creative outlets? Like I said, I love like sculptures, working with my hands. I had a potter's wheel, actually. I just sold, which I'm gonna mess. I just wasn't using it that much, and I needed the space back. So I was doing that. But yeah, I was also like really involved with the drag scene when I was living in Austin. Not me doing drag myself. I mean, I've dabbled in it a little bit, but my friends were into drag and kind of like, it was really weird, obscure, like creature drag. For those of you that watch Dragula, there's a friend of mine that's actually on the new season coming out.
Hey.
Spoiler alert.
I know a person on TV.
I know that person.
I know like 2 people on TV.
Yeah. Hester.
Shout out to Hester. She was on this season of Project Runway.
Oh my God.
She's from Santa Fe, and we're all like local fans.
She's a badass.
So good. Such good designs.
I was rooting for her the whole time.
Absolutely. So. Every time I wear an outfit, I think to myself, would Hester approve of this outfit?
Is this colorful enough?
Yeah.
Right?
So good.
She's just a pop of color, and I love that. I love that.
Local legend, really.
Yeah, truly.
Hopefully she'll watch this. It will have the exact same reach. Cool. So, okay, other passions. Like, what's your favorite work of art, you'd say?
Oh,
it could be performance, or it could be, you know.
Favorite work of art? Shoot. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is I just had some friends that were visiting from Las Vegas, Nevada. And one of them is a boylesque performer on stilts.
What is that?
Burlesque, but for
boylesque.
With boys. Yeah, well, boy identifying bodies. So, and he did it all on stilts. So it was fascinating to watch. I'm like, this is so cool. This is so cool. Yeah, my favorite art right now, I think it's like performance. I just get captivated by like performers. Like silks and I was starting to take some classes at Wiseful, which is like a local circus performing arts center here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, some of the performers that work at that company are just captivating to watch. I think that's like where I'm where I'm stuck right now is like performance piece.
Right. Are there any performance pieces that you've seen at Meow Wolf that stick out to you?
Well, I actually was just in the house today, and some of the performers in there, like I haven't gotten to know the new characters that we rolled out for this season.
There's sporadic performances.
Yeah, they're all over
throughout
the
summer,
place.
or like holidays or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last show I went to at Meow Wolf.
Would you ever transition into like a performance role?
I'm trying to slowly do that.
Really?
I am. I'm
you'd
trying
be
to get
so
back
good.
into it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like how anyone we're interviewing who's not like straight up artists, I'm like, so when are you planning on moving roles? No.
People are going to hold me accountable now. They're like, well, I heard that you're
really wants to be in this role. No, I'm peer pressuring you into it. I think that, you use like creativity in your role, yeah?
Yeah.
Like what ways do you feel like that manifests?
Well, for me, going back to like my background, I've worked for a lot of nonprofits, so Planned Parenthood and Green Sea Project, and just like worked in totally different nonprofits all over the country, really.
Right.
So for me, like stepping in this role where we're getting to help these folks and these organizations and the underdogs, like. For me, it like helps me think creatively of like how can we best support them? How can we best like not take over what they're doing or like overmine what they're doing, but like literally just like support from the bottom up, And that's something that I'm constantly asking people. It's like, what do you need from us?
Yeah.
Not us saying like we think this is best.
Right.
Doesn't work. So yeah, thinking creatively of like like there's a project where we got asked to. Like repair this shed that's outside of one of the local shelters here because they want to turn it into like a little art shed. So I mean that's a perfect example of like thinking creatively. Like, all right, how can we like buy the supplies and keep the budget low, and like who can we get to come in and like paint the building? Like, do we want to put like a mural on it? Like, do we want their residents to paint the mural? Like how? Right. So just thinking creatively in that way of like how do we collaborate best?
Do you feel like Meow Wolf is unique amongst? We're not a nonprofit. We're a B Corp, right?
We are.
So what does that mean, and how does Meow Wolf do community outreach different than all of the other nonprofits that you've worked with?
Good question. We're registered B Corp, which means we do have like a fiscal bottom line, but we also support the environment. We support our employees, so we really make sure that their experiences, we're really listening to them. We're really making sure that they're happy, they're taken care of. And so
And B Corp generally means that we get incentives for being kind of like a middle ground, nonprofit-ish organization, right?
Correct.
Like we have like parameters that are these things that you're saying that are set by like the state or something. It's like a new kind of socially responsible company. Yeah,
and you're scored. You're scored on like how well you're doing, and that comes out every couple years.
Got it.
And so we're actually going through that coming up, or maybe currently. Oh gosh, yeah. So you're held accountable. It's like you don't just get the status once and then you ride it on out. It's like no, you have to keep up. But Meow Wolf is not a nonprofit, as we know. But I can honestly say that I fully 110% stand behind this company because I feel like we're doing it. We're trying to do the right thing. We may not always do the right thing. We're not perfect by any means. I mean, I might be, but
no, I know. I was like, wait, but what about my hair?
But what do you mean?
I know it's like kinky and a little bit frizzy. It's fine. We'll just move on.
No, joking. We're not perfect. We're always learning. Always learning.
Yeah.
And just by like acknowledging the fact that you might make a mistake and just acknowledging the fact that like, we're not the experts in all these fields and what all these nonprofits are doing. So coming in and asking like how can we help, like listening to folks is the most important thing you can do, especially as like if you're going to support them in any way you just listening. So I really feel like Meow Wolf is like leading the way for big corporations around the globe, really.
Right.
Setting the standards, setting the bar much higher, because it's like these corporations need to do better.
Yeah.
And it's extremely rewarding to be in this position in my role, because I get to work with people on the ground and I get to see the benefits of all the work that not just I do, but like my whole team does.
Right.
And it's, to me, that is like, I keep touching the mic, I'm sorry. It's extremely rewarding.
Right.
It's very rewarding.
Is there like a way that people can kind of keep up to date with what community outreach stuff is doing?
Of course.
Of course.
Well,
or like, how much money do we give a year? You know what I mean? Like, what are those cold hard facts?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I don't know if I can share the
It's like
number.
A lot.
It's a lot. We'll just say it's a lot. It really is a lot. And that's what's so amazing, too. It's like, you know, these big corporations could just be like raking in the dough and just, you know. But we don't do that. It's like we do make a lot of money, but we give so much back. Yeah. So much back.
Right.
I think there was a figure that came out last year about how much we gave in 2017 or 2018, and it was like, it was substantial. It was like $500,000 or something. It was wild. Yeah. To year to date.
Yeah, and I think that I know that for Vince, the ways that he talks about like the mission of the whole thing is, you know, create like the world's best immersive interactive art experience for the purpose of generating more social good. You know, so if that social good is through, you know, our philanthropy, amazing, and also it's through just the experience itself. And that's always like what has drawn me to Meow Wolf too, is it wasn't just this like pure capitalist art exercise, you know, in profit. Yeah, I think that's really unique about us.
It's really, and like we really focus on accessibility. Like we know that, you know, coming into the House of Return, that's a hefty price for some families to pay, and it's like, but we make sure that it's accessible and it's equitable too. It's great. Yeah. But yeah, we don't just donate money. You know, that's not the only thing that we do. But that's, I know, that's a chunk of what we do. But we really work to support folks in any way we can. We offer our space for free for, like, you know, teacher meetings or nonprofit meetings. If they need a space to congregate, we're like, well, here you go.
How do people reach you to do that?
There's a form online on our Meow Wolf website, and you go to request a contribution, and that sounds like, well, give me money, but it's you click on that.
I would like to request that you give me money.
I'd like to request.
But a lot of nonprofits are in that cycle. You know, they're trying to do really good work, and they need more support. Yeah, there's not enough like grants in the world for the nonprofit cycle.
Yeah, but the cool thing about that, our website, is like it's not just about money. It's like what can we, like, partnerships,
right? What kind of
passes
support?
And like we need a meeting space, or we want to do this workshop. It's like all of those things are available through that website. And if you submit a form through there, I'll get it, my boss will get it, and then we respond.
Right. Yeah. On a semi-related note, are there any like cheers that you could guide us in that we could do together?
Well, actually, I can
Seeing as you were like a cheer captain. No, you were like, what's the other word? Cheer director?
Oh, I was actually head cheerleader one time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I wasn't. I was in the back playing saxophone. Badly.
I was a band geek too. I was balancing them all. I can teach you really quick differentiation. So, cheer 101.
All right.
So,
here we go.
Arms to your sides, and you're going to just bend at the elbows, and you're going to clasp. This is called a clasp.
Oh, it's different than a clap.
Clasp, and this is a clap.
Got it.
So,
all this time.
You just learned a cheer 101. Clasp and clap. And you always keep everything's really tight and rigid when you're running or when you're doing anything. Yeah.
I'm still sitting like this. Is there anything else?
Sitting.
Like guided meditation next? Or no, just like cheers off the top of your head.
Oh God.
Like a Meow Wolf cheer, I guess.
A Meow Wolf cheer? How about, I'm going to have to work on this Meow Wolf cheer. Like, what are we going to come up with?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
How do cheers do, aren't there like cheer rhythms that you can just like plug it in? It's like plug and play kind of thing?
Sort of, yeah. It has to rhyme. Has to, like, you know, be kitschy so people would like catch on and be like, oh yeah, I get it. What rhymes with snaggy? That's a good one. Baggy snaggy. I was
going to say daddy, but that's not right.
Snaggy.
Daddy snaggy? Yeah.
Talk about Pride Week. Huh?
Yeah. Baggy snaggy.
Daddy snaggy. I don't know.
We're just going to stop that here.
Oh, God.
Never mind.
Just kidding.
You try to do something wholesome, and this is where you end up.
Just kidding.
It's a cheer, Drew.
I'm doing handstands, and then I'm put on the spot to do a cheer. I am not prepared.
Okay, we're going to put you on the spot for something else.
Okay.
Do you feel like we've covered your whole life history? Is there anything else that you would like in this 25-minute slot or so? Is there any other things that you're like, this is really important about my job, I'd love to share this before I give you like a really intense lightning round?
Oh, gosh.
Interview?
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna share a little. I'm gonna do a little self-disclosure here. So most of Meow Wolf knows, or the people that know me, I went through some medical issues this past winter. I had stage 3 cancer, and I just want to say to everybody watching, all the Meow Wolf family that's watching, that your support and your love and your kindness that's what got me through that whole experience. And I just really, really want to say thank you. And I've never had that much support from a job. It feels like it's not just a job. It's like it literally feels like a family to me. And I'm so grateful, so grateful. So that's just me keeping it real. And I don't want everybody to be like, oh, but yeah, I want everyone to know that Meow Wolf is fucking amazing.
Oh, that's so sweet.
For so many reasons.
I mean, you're amazing. I think it's just like amazing people upon amazing people who make it, you know?
Yeah. The heart is here. Like, people are here because they want to be. And that makes your job, that makes your life, that makes, you know, the stressful times that much better.
Yeah,
you
totally.
know, like working with such amazing people like you.
Yeah, I'm so glad we work in the
like
same
people
pod.
that are in this room.
There's only one other person here. Oh, that was the sweet message. And now I'm going to put you through an intense, stressful lightning round. Thought he was going to get out of it.
Lightning round. I've been watching game shows.
All right, here
preparing.
we go. We're about to start a 1-minute lightning round where I ask Drew a series of unexpected questions. Let the countdown begin. Okay. Who is your favorite Spice Girl?
Scary Spice.
Yeah. Okay, movie.
Contact.
Flag.
Favorite flag.
The American flag.
Like American flag. Canada. I don't know.
Gymnast. Besides yourself.
Alicia Sacramone.
Don't know her. She sounds amazing.
She's cool.
Face tattoo.
Face tattoo?
You heard me.
Face tattoo? Girl. Face tattoo? I don't know. Lips? Like here? I don't know.
Like a good lip necktie?
A good lip, yeah.
Junk food.
Oh, shit. Junk food. Oh, chips.
Yes. Vin Diesel movie.
Vin Diesel movie? I had a high school teacher that looked like Vin Diesel, and ooh.
That was your favorite Vin Diesel movie?
That's my favorite Vin Diesel movie. Every day of English class. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our 1-minute lightning round. It goes so fast.
Oh my
so much
God.
love for that high school teacher,
Ooh.
Vin Diesel.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Drew. Everyone, please give your hands up at home. Just do a little, let's do a clasp.
Clasp.
And this is a clap. Clasp, clasp, clap, clap.
Yay.
All right, join us next time for Meet Meow Wolf. Hopefully I'll be your host again. I'm trying to make this like a full-time gig. So I said, you know, just let them know in the comments if you like me as a host. And if you don't, just don't worry about it.
Just don't come in at all.
Just like move on. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
I have ascended beyond the lifted veil and can now easily recognize how minuscule our existence in Mendocino really was.
We were a contained little box of earthly ignorances, dreaming up superficial storylines of portals and positive mechanics, selling transformation like it was a product on an infomercial.
And yet simultaneously, what happened on that day, in that dining room, inside our family's home, has caused ripples to converge like tidal waves throughout a rapidly destabilizing multiverse. It is crystal clear to me now.
In this eternal moment,
The story has only begun, and we were merely the prelude.
We know now that beings busy themselves with concerns, regarding Earth with envious system and its affiliated and the Mercury.
DIY culture kind of saved my life.
I feel like that invigorates the city.
It gives artists a chance to contribute to the community.
It is so important that we have artists and ideas and these think tanks where our community can really come together.
DIY spaces don't have a consistent revenue stream, and they usually don't have the bandwidth to get up to these codes.
In 2016, there was a fire at a DIY art space called Ghost Ship.
I remember seeing other venues starting to get shut down, so we did like a little town hall style meeting.
This is your community. Keep it going.
Instead of telling us, you can't do this, it's not safe, help us make this safe.
Our goal is to give over $250,000 to DIY art spaces across the country, but we need your help to get there.
Meow Wolf is putting up the first $100,000 to help reach our $250,000 goal. Join our movement today by contributing at meowwolf.com/DIY.
The art world needs to get shaken up a little bit.
It's time for us to just be an agitator.
We don't know what we're doing, and we don't care.
We didn't want rules.
Not only is this crazy, but it's possible.
This is the new art.
It's incredible. Meow Wolf have done something truly unique.